Alright, welcome back ladies and ladies with dicks. So I've been seeing a new trend on TikTok where women use their own poom goo in between their thighs to attract some guys. Now before I go into these lovely ladies rubbing their menstrual mace on their face, I would love to say if you are a woman watching this, please do not ever do this unless you want men to treat you like that episode of SpongeBob where he smelled like a bikini bottom if Mama June from Honey Boo Boo was wearing it. So I was sadly informed of the news that women have now learned the new genital genjutsu that's been kept secret by generations. This ancient technique was rumored to have any man within a 5-mile radius run at you full speed, cock out, dangling in the wind, waiting for your attention to be brought upon to them. This rare move of camel toe taekwondo is a deadly one that will cause even the strongest of men to fold to these women's meat mold. So there's been a new facade on TikTok I've been noticing circling around the internet recently, and I'm gonna try to explaining this in the most non-disgusting, vomit-inducing way possible, so all the families that watch me out there doesn't have to put the popcorn down and start strangling their kids for their own protection of not hearing on what the fuck I'm about to say next. So in short, women are beginning to show themselves using their own high fructose corn syrup that they grew all on their own, fresh out of the ovary oven, and turning it into a perfume to use to attract men. I wish there was any other way to explain it, but bitches are turning their pussy into perfume. Okay, that's the easiest way I can say it. There's now women putting herpes into their Hermes. And trust me, my first reaction was probably the same as you, which was to step up to your attic, wave at the neighbor walking his dog, and then dive on top of him, because this has to be the most repulsive and disgusting act of violence I think I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And the fact that this is almost trying to be normalized as something typical to do is something that just leaves me absolutely bingo dorked. Like, imagine if a man posted TikTok talking about his new and improved follicle fragrance when he jiggled his dick inside of a bottle of Nesquik and started using it in the shower. I can't believe this is what women look up to see as empowering. If I knew one of my friends was wearing their own semen scent, I would Cobra clutch that bitch into a folding table. I would rather be sprayed in the face with a can of wasp killer than to walk past a woman that wears her own liver river on her body like she's a model for Project Runway. Bitches, Project Run the fuck away. I don't want to breathe that shit in. Those levels of pH might cause a motherfucker like me to get tetanus. This shit's gonna have me being like Tanjiro smelling the scent of a demon. The smell of this semen demon is so strong it hurts the back of my throat. So this demonic ritual that these people take part of does actually have a term for it, and it's called vabbing. Like I said before, it's where women scrape some dead fish off of the poop deck and rub it on their neck, and these fucking batshit clit smellers claim that their natural scent has a lot of chemicals and pheromones that are supposed to mind control men into falling in love with them. I wish I could make this shit up, and if you still think I am, then let's check out a woman explaining the backstory and origin of this placenta procedure.
Let's discuss the why behind using your vaginal fluids as perfume. Does it work? Is it sanitary? And should you try it?
No, you shouldn't. And what's next? You're gonna wipe your ass with your bare hand and try to claim that this is God's way of cleaning the rectum?
The term pheromone is derived from the Greek words pherin, meaning to transfer, and hormone, meaning to excite. Thus, pheromones transfer excitement, elicit behavioral responses from others. And these signaling molecules are used in bodily fluids such as vaginal secretion.
Well, there you go, ladies. This woman just explained in a fancy way what would cause you to get a restraining order against every man you come across in a matter of 5 seconds. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but imagine if a man came up to you, getting all close to you, asking like, hey, baby girl, what's your sign? What's your number? Damn, do you shit with that ass of yours? And the whole time, this motherfucker got his holly jolly ball sweat dangling from his chin, acting like he's wearing some limited edition Dick Dior or some shit. You would probably be absolutely fucking appalled and shocked that you even have the audacity to do something as horrid as this, but apparently this is seen as an act of bravery for some people. She's explaining this shit down to a science like everybody doesn't think she is an absolute borderline fucking psychopath. Like, no, madam, I never wondered what my cum would smell like on a good old bottle of Old Spice. Now, sure, it might be a love language for some sex offenders and cannibals out there, or hell, maybe even lions in the fucking wilderness, but I highly doubt your everyday average human is gonna wake up spread eagle and start baptizing themselves in their own daughter water just to see if they can attract a mate with their natural scent. I mean, this is some shit you would see off of Animal Planet. It's just absurd you think this is even something remotely close to normal, let alone something that should be normal, because this is closer to a sex crime than anything.
And that is why you can use your vaginal fluids as a perfume to draw other people in. In the book, I suggest women put it on their wrists because we talk with our hands, and so we might create that waft.
Yes, I would love to be on a first date with a woman, and every time she starts to talk, it makes me feel like I'm getting slapped in the face with a dead sardine. And before anyone thinks I'm trying to say that all punani's are gross and you should be casted to hell for speaking about it, it's just disgusting to me when your first impression of meeting a man is is to take him out with poison damage by waving your hands in his face that's covered in your own Nickelodeon slime. That's where I think it just crosses some line of human decency. Like, trust me when I say this, nobody out there wants to smell another person's genitals within the first 5 seconds of conversating. There's no special chemical that's instantly gonna have people hearts pop out of their eyes after they know what your gene bean or gender tender smells like. It's just not fucking ethical. Like, I don't ever think there was any time period where women just casually did this to try to find a man to have intercourse with. It's just animalistic. There's no special compounds that goes into mopping your body and your whopping.
And as a little fun fact and a thought starter, this notion that our bodies are smelly, gross, and need to be treated by commercial products in order to be acceptable is an idea that came about around the same time as consumerism.
Oh, so basically ever since the beginning of fucking time. Like, I don't know what I'm missing here. Yes, your body is disgusting. I never met one person that wants to have the scent of someone that just got done doing snow angels and dog shit. Like, you're not George of the jungle and need to rely on the aroma of the wilderness to keep you smelling beautiful. Like, nah, bitch, you smell like Davy Jones cum sock and your knees smell like Gouda cheese. Take a fucking shower, please. Far be it for me to question the work of Chief Queef over here, but I think it was commonly known by women not to put any commercial products up there because that's what causes your beauty to turn into a yeasty beast. So I really don't understand the narrative of this woman trying to claim that you have to pop a bar of soap into your vagina like a fucking VHS tape in order to clean it out when it's already known to be self-lubricated and known to clean itself. I paid attention to health class if you couldn't tell.
Now, prior to this, there was widespread knowledge that pheromones worked in transferring excitement, that pheromones worked in drawing people in.
Yeah, it may possibly work when you're both naked about to mash pissers and clash kissers together in the bedroom, maybe with the birds and the bees, but not your first date at fucking Applebee's. They're not gonna start ferociously scissoring on the diner table, waiter gonna hand them a mozzarella stick and start fondling with his dick from the natural scent of a woman. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe they're too poor to use Gucci Cuccia, so they resort to using their own Coochie Cuccia. French people be like, Putain, paquet. If you think this video of this woman explaining it is the worst part, then let us look at the reviews of a few satisfied customers in her comment section. My husband's natural smell makes me go crazy. He loves mine as well. I can definitely see how vabbing can work. Yeah, I bet this couple sniffs each other's assholes every time one of them comes home like a pack of fucking dogs. So the next case of sexual harassment goes out to Gina. I've been doing this for 2 years and it really works. Drives guys insane. Love your content, Shan. Well, Gina, I am just thrilled to see you've been doing this for over 2 years. So thrilled, in fact, you may be the reason I turned homosexual today. And by the way you say drives guys insane in the plural tense, I'm guessing you drove every man to scream or run away from you, which is an accomplishment of its own. This might actually be quite effective to some degree. Imagine you're in a long line at a roller coaster you don't want to have to wait for, so all you gotta do is hoist your oyster up to your face and you would just evacuate the whole entire line in a matter of seconds. Maybe there's a bigger picture that I'm just not seeing here. There's many benefits. Let's say you get a reservation at a restaurant and ends up being full. You could just show up and start flapping your arms around like a fucking bird doing a mating call and everybody would just dive over tables trying to leave the restaurant. So maybe you now can experience fine dining comfortably on your own time. So you decided to take it home and make a classic for all the vabbers out there by saying, I'm a frequent, vabber. Nothing's fucking funny, see ya. My whole beauty regimen revolves around the concept of fertility. Like, what is wrong with you? So it just feels right to do, and it makes me feel womanly and sexy. I sometimes compliment my natural scent with a homemade fragrance that carries a bit of vanilla and patchouli to add warmth. So I know what your first thought is. It's probably like, wow, a sex offender wrote this comment, which you're probably right, but reading this comment is objectively horrifying, but I don't think her vabbing was the worst part. I mean, you can already tell this is a woman that wears full print Galaxy hoodie, stores her farts in jars, and probably eats sticks she finds in her own fucking backyard for all we know, but I think the most ghastly part to this comment is right after she claims she uses her own gut gravy that she got from her pop cherry. She then puts the cherry on top by saying she uses her own homemade fragrance that adds warmth. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? What do you put on your body that causes an extra layer of warmth in the winter? A gallon of snail slime you keep stored in your kitchen freezer? Like, what warmth do you get, ma'am? A layer of foreskin you take right off of your dead husband's corpse you keep locked in the basement? Like, these are legitimate fucking psychopaths. I honestly need therapy. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised she restrained herself enough to stop right there. I thought she was gonna keep going and start discussing about her new period blood lipstick and her fucking bussy butter she puts on her toast every morning. Alright, well, after we read the ratings from these creative and nature-endured women, I think I'm gonna jump off a bridge, but before I do that, I thought I would show you guys the Vab in action, where a woman documented her experience of her finding her soulmate. If I were to take a guess, I bet every man will be dragging their meat down the street after they walk past this woman, because vabbing in full effect will instantly cause any man to be fully erect.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but vabbing works. Vabbing 100% works.
Yeah, flirting and being attractive also works too, but from what I've seen so far, you're incapable of both of those, because your ass be wobbling out the front door looking like a damn kelp shake, but slay it up, sis.
It's like, what the fuck? I got offered 2 free drinks at the pool, and then a guy literally came back and gave me this. Like, what?
Let's not flatter ourselves. I'm sure the guy was kind enough by giving you 2 drinks because he mistaken you for a beluga whale and tried to give you water by throwing them at you. And once he found out you were a woman that was covered in vagina juice, he screamed and threw what appears to be some sort of Roman Bible, which you obviously need after doing something as demonic as this to someone.
What?
Vabbing at the gym for the first time.
You sure this is a gym and not your food pantry? Because it seems like the gym really ain't scoring you a bunch of favors. And if it actually is, first, use some equipment before you use your phone. And second, why the gym out of all places? People in there already smell like wet badger cheeks and dumpster juice. And here you come jiggling in, smell like some sweaty ass house keys because of the special sex sauce you just got done applying to yourself in the fucking locker room before you walked out. Like, I just don't get it. Why go to the world's most stankest place imaginable and then just make it worse for everybody else? Nobody wants anything to do with each other at the gym. I feel like the gym is the one place that everybody secretly hates each other and doesn't want anything to do with one another because they all want to do their usual routine and dip. Then we got Squidward, Krabby Patty, Hip, Old Natural Nip, Bethany walking over to give her one-liner quick quips to innocent men just trying to do their normal exercise.
You guys aren't gonna believe me. Okay, now I'm in the sauna, but it worked. The vabbing.
So in your mind, you would go to the sweatiest place you ever could, put your cooch juice all over your body like you're putting on sunscreen at the beach, and then proceed to work out just so you can make your whole body smell like an unsalted Alaskan cod. Then you decide to hop in a sauna just to make that shit smell like a Long John Silver kitchen, and it doesn't even look like a single soul is even in there unless she's not recording the dead bodies on the floor that died of asphyxiation from this woman's stench. And after all is said and done, that's what you call another successful day on the job of trying to find a new lover. I mean, there's just new people that baffle me every day with how some of these people's minds work, if they even have one at all. I bet you if you put this bitch's brain in a bird, that shit would fly backwards. And oh, my heart goes out for any poor ladies that were in the locker room the same day she was, because all they would hear from the bathroom stall is the sounds of somebody trying to stir ramen noodles with a plunger. It's all fun and games until your daughter says she's about to go on a date and all of a sudden you hear Squidward walking noises coming from the bathroom. So that's showing vabbing in its final form, but this is coming from a trained professional. There might be some new mentally ill, alcoholic, widowed woman that want to step up to the plate and try this out for themselves, but they might not acquire the skills and the proper hand jutsus in their cooch to unlock the full potential of their natural essence. But no need to worry, because this woman dropped the 10 commandments of vabbing to bless any woman out there that's been thinking about trying it. A full tips and tricks guide on how to successfully rub cum on your body, because that's just been the talk of every town now. It's a question that's been circling around for years that science itself can't even answer. Well, never fear, the scooter lady from Happy Wheels is here to teach you how to get guys to go down on you like a 5-course meal.
Welcome to Vabbing 101. Disclaimer, I did not come up with vabbing.
Such a shame. I was really hoping you were, and the only one to ever do it, but sadly there's other women out there that want to turn every room they step into an automatic gas chamber. Shit reminds me of the Scarecrow from Batman, just walking around poisoning everybody with your H2BO gas. I'm sorry, but after watching shit like this, I'm tempted on the next first date I go to pull up in a hazmat suit and a military gas mask.
But I've been doing it for a week and it's been working out for me. So let's get into it.
Your chin looks like the bottom of a sundae cup you would get from Dairy Queen, or an upside down Taco Bell logo. I want to throw a pebble at it just to hear it go.
I know these are all common sense, but a lot of the commenters had me worried. So number 1, make sure you shower and or bathe before you vab.
This is not the natural beauty I was promised. I want to smell that shit raw, straight from the source. There's no need to shower. We're talking organic here. I want you to sleep in the forest for 10 fucking days, then come back and have a horde of flies surrounding you, so you can really make me fall to my knees from the arousing aroma you give off. So right off the bat, this is bullshit. She's not a genital general like I am. It doesn't know the tactics of a true vab.
Number 2, wash your hands before you vab, and of course after you vab.
Okay, that's great. So maybe she is a hygienic person. She ensures to wash her hands before she washes out her privates and slaps it on her body, because obviously you would want your hands to be clean when you go in for the hug, but the other person get a face full of mono mayonnaise.
Number 3, if you go to the gym just like me, make sure to wipe down the equipment before and after use, which you already should be doing. That's proper gym etiquette. Number 4, the areas you vab normally are behind your ear and on your wrist. Those are—
I like how she's trying to be so thoughtful and caring about this, trying to respect people's boundaries and not trying to spread it like this shit is a damn T-virus, but keeping it in restricted areas of contact. If I could step in and offer my suggestion in the seminar here, which is don't fucking try it, like it's a simple solution. If you ever want to make sure you smell good, don't rub one of the most foul stench-ridden things on your body all over yourself, and maybe you would start seeing some shocking results. Because even if the first date went successful, if you told a man you've been doing this, he would most likely turn you into the police.
Number 5, if you're on your period, simply wait.
I mean, some soldiers like to have blood on their swords, but I'm glad even people like you have limits and don't try to make war paint out of your taint. Unless you want to go for a late night at Denny's smelling like an old bag of pennies, then by all means, you do you.
Simple as that. Number 6, if you have an STD and or a spreadable disease, please refrain from babbing.
I mean, yeah, unless you want to be the King Midas of STDs where everything you touch turns into chlamydia. I mean, honestly, I don't get how people, let alone even think of trying this, and then actually taking the steps of doing it, and then publicly posting it to everyone on why no one should ever touch you with a 10-foot pole. Like, the stupidity of people just never fails to impress me. They come up with some disgusting new trend, then throw a bunch of random natural health facts that they read off of a flat earth Facebook group, that this is what men need in order to breathe. This is what they want. Like, ew, bitch, no. Trust me, when I'm telling you this, no man wants your husky vajayjay spray on their consciousness, let alone going into their own nostrils. How would you ladies like if I started plucking the ball hairs off my chin, strapping it to my face to make the all-natural chub stubble? Exactly, it sounds like something Leatherface would try on a fucking erotic Friday night. Like, the only way people would start greeting you is by vomiting on you, but then there's delusional people out there that try to act like a wise sage of sex advice that tell you to try shit like this in order to gain more guys to go in between your thighs. It's honestly just sad, if anything.
And of course, if you have an unusual smell or any bad odor down there, please refrain from babbing and of course, contact your doctor. You don't need a whole lot of your own scent and juices for a successful vag.
To be honest, you should just go to the doctor if you're even thinking about trying this to see what type of dissociative disorder you suffer from. And I love how you're describing this shit like it's a Friday night and I'm reading the family cookbook, got me about to bust out a dollop of Daisy to make all the women around me go crazy. But I think that's gonna wrap the video up there because I can start to feel the herpes contract on my lips just from thinking about this. I mean, these people are the types of people that start disease epidemics. I wouldn't be surprised if she shared her diet plan on how to get a natural BBL and it ends up her just twerking in a microwave to burn the fat off faster. Lesson to be learned, ladies, please don't give this a whirl because I promise you're gonna make every man around you hurl. This is not a law of attraction, this is a crime against humanity. Like, it almost feels illegal to do, but it's not, and that's what makes it absolutely terrifying. I'm all down for body positivity, but once I get tested positive for gonorrhea because the woman next to me on the airplane decided it would be her special day for finding a man, so she covered her whole body in her own fucking fap sap in order to attract the bird to do the bees with. Like, it's not harsh, it's just an honest reality check. I'm gonna drop some words of wisdom that my grandfather told me at the chess table. Sex is a family business. Oh wait, fuck, that's the wrong quote. Never let a girl's hickey ever be sticky. And do you have any other tips on Viagra? It's just not cutting out for me anymore. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to slap a like on this video for your dad slaps. So you subscribe and hit my vibe and follow all my socials, links down below, especially my Instagram. I'll teach y'all boys how to really pull by showing my new and improved cock candle that you run out in the night with to have every woman chase you like a flock of moths seeing the Olympic torch you're carrying. This video was sort of filler. I know you guys obviously couldn't tell, but I didn't really have that many video ideas for this week, so this is the best I can manage for the time being. I'm attempting to do 20-minute videos, but you can only go so long talking about a woman using her own oils to make men recoil. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video because I sure as hell didn't, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna head out this bitch. Imagine your car gets declined at your funeral and they start slapping your ass to wake you up.
I got diamonds just like Mario, got mushrooms. In the Honda going lane to lane, I was new. Yeah, you talking all this shit, but yo, it ain't new.